Welcome to the Frederick C. Hobby Arena here on Willis Reed Court. And today we have a matchup between the FAMU Rattlers visiting your Grambling Tigers. Grambling Tigers currently 3-13 on the season right now. FAMU 3-10 on the season. Both teams looking to gather their first SWAC win, actually, Jay, as we have here for the people back at home. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Nathan McCarter, joined here with my color commentator, Jay Newton, and we are set to have a matchup between two teams just looking to get out and claw for a victory.
Both teams are looking for the first win for the SWAC of this year. FAMU is coming from a loss from Southern, 57-91, and a 3-1 at home, 0-9 on the road, and a 0-0 to neutral.
Most definitely. When it comes to that key stat that you said, Jay, 0-9 on the road, and for them to come into the Frederick C. Hobby Arena, let alone what we say pack the hack, you have to come in here with resilience, and you have to come in here with some type of passion, because the scene is set. We're right here on Willis Reed Court, we have we'll see the band. The World Fame is currently not here, but we have as a substitute Woodline Leadership Academy out of Shreveport, Louisiana will be our band for today. And before we even get into everything that's said, I want to let you guys know the last time that these two programs faced off, Grambling took off with a win on March 2nd, 2024, 75-68. In that win, Antoine Burnett had 18 points, 10 rebounds, so a pure double-double performance, Jay. And with that being said, Grambling had 75 points, but Grambling 40 points in the paint. So we should be set for probably a premier guard matchup with FAMU Rattlers. They've taken a total of 680-plus shots on the season, 341 of those shots are three-point shots. So Jay, we probably going to see a lot of threes and a lot of offense getting set up for the three ball from the Rattlers. So what do you think as far as Grambling and the key players that are going to have to come for Grambling to make something shift? I think when it comes to Grambling and being able to make people just honestly set for success, you're going to have to use your key players such as Dozier. Tonight on the start is going to be number 1, Dupree Fletcher, who is a freshman out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was able to get into the second half of the game with Dante Jackson putting Dupree Fletcher at the starting role. But the main thing we're seeing, the main thing we're going to see before we get into the game, we're going to get these starting line-offs off for you guys. The starters for Florida A&M University coming at the 1, Sterling Young, 6'1", 175. He's a senior out of Queens, New York. Shooting guard Milton Matthews, 6'3". We have number 35 Burnside at the 3 spot. Darius Eatman at the 5 spot, and we have Coffee, number 1 Roger Coffee. He is from Painesville, Ohio, who will be the middleman for the small forward position. As far as Grambling State University, your Grambling basketball team, your men's team starter is going to be at the 1, Dupree Fletcher, 5'10", 190 freshman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. At the 2, Kentavious Dozier, 6'1" guard, 195 senior out of Lynette, Alabama. Number 11, Antoine Burnett, 6'5" guard/forward, the Army Swiss knife, 205 pounds, junior out of Montgomery, Alabama. And at your 4 spot, number 55, Ernest Ross, 6'9", 205, the senior from Florida. And at the big man spot, we have number 10, P.J. Easton, 6'9", 240, and he's from Dadeville, Alabama. We have a matchup. One thing I want to say, Jay, before naming the starting lineups, one guy who had very much impact, if you remember from last Saturday against Bethune-Cookman, that Ernest Ross was making impact both on the defensive level and on the offensive level. Ernest Ross playing against a team that I'm pretty sure he grew up around. Ernest Ross is from Alachua, Florida. He transferred from North Carolina State, so that would be a very sneaky player for the Grambling Tigers. Ernest Ross is definitely going to be the main attraction
who they
for
need
them.
To watch out for sure.
Most definitely. Right now, before we're waiting tip-off right now. Both teams in the huddle looking to break the ice for this ball game. And as we await, Jay, we got a chance to have our first day of school today. As you know, the weather was kind of tricky.
Pretty good day too, Nate. Like, I really enjoyed myself.
Exactly. We got a chance to, before we started off, do our research at the radio station, and you got to say the announcements. What do you think is, before we get into this game, being a student, what's the overall hassle of getting to the classes and then coming back to set this scene that we have here?
Overall, being as a student, I feel like it's a lot of distractions, but that's up to you to make sure you always follow your goal and pursue your goal to, you know.
Right. We're at tip-off. Coffee.
Seems like we got an issue.
Stop and play currently right now.
Already, the game just started.
We talk about FAMU Rattlers with the ball currently led by Patrick Crary. He's the 15th head coach in Rattler program history. First year coaching FAMU and first year in the SWAC. Got a lot of action. Burnside finds Young. Young shifts, Euros to the paint, gets it off the glass.
FAMU already scoring. Time for the Tigers to wake up.
Fletcher. He's guarded by Young. Fletcher attempting to pierce the defense. Finds Dozier.
I don't know what's wrong, but he said go to camera one.
Dozier locating, finds Burnett. Burnett powers through the crazy reverse layup. I know it may seem crazy back for viewers back at home, but to be able to glide in air and hit the back of the other side.
Yeah, that was nice.
A lot of things going on here down low early. We have Coffee, guarded by Fletcher, one-on-one action. Finds Eatman. Eatman to Matthews. Matthews back to Eatman. He kicks it out to Young. Young confidently shoots, no good. Rebounded by Burnett.
He was way out from the three-point line. He just shot it.
Burnett finds Ross. Ross
throws it away.
Just a little bit too high on that. You know, we got a chance you got a chance to be on a color for radio for the women's, right? So you saw how 55 Lydia Freeman was always just hands high, making sure that she had to get the ball.
She didn't even have to jump for a lot of those rebounds.
Exactly.
She did a really good job of finishing in the paint as well.
55 Ross for your G-man. We see here Dozier trying to get something going for his offense, trying to find P.J. Easton and just off the fingers.
It's looking a lot of scrappy in the paint.
We see the aftermath of that play there. Young, guarded by Dozier, finds Matthews. Matthews steps back to the right corner, met with pressure. No good, rebounded by Easton. Burnett pushing the floor. Easton working out on Burnside. He's able to end one. The reaction on Coach Dante Jackson when he went up, you know, there's a different type of fire and energy to get this first SWAC dub.
Nate, he definitely worked for that goal in the paint. Like, he was going side to side, definitely trying to find a way to finish real strong. And he maintained contact to get this right here. If he get this and one, that's exactly what energy we need to start the game off.
Exactly. Easton right there. Easton showing his ability to work out in the paint and finally get that finish, as he seemed like he was going over the back of the defender, and he still made it go down.
He was determined.
Young, back to Coffee, trying to break the press that Grambling has set. Shot, gets it to go. Milton Matthews averaging 10.1 points per game. Fletcher finds Ross. Burnett back to Eason. Eason finds Fletcher. Ross to Eason. Eason goes up.
Oh,
Met by 3 Rattlers. Coffee finds Matthews. Matthews pulls a deep 3, which seemed like it looked good in the air until it hit the rim. Dozier to Burnett. Burnett working down the left post. Right corner 3 to Ross. No good. Rebounded by Coffee.
Ooh, he did push him off. Yep.
He most definitely pushed him off there, but even when you see him, Jay, you see Fletcher trying to guard, and he just as soon as you put your hand in that cookie jar, sometimes you end up paying the consequences. But that's a strong soldier over there, ladies and gentlemen. Dupree Fletcher, like we stated in the starting lineup, 5'10", 190 freshman out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Freshman is crazy. This don't look like no freshman.
That shows the trust that Coach Jackson has in Mr. Fletcher. Coffee on the right wing. Finds Matthews up top. He's going to find Young.
They're doing a lot of screen and rolls, it looks like.
Young working out on Ross. Can't get anything to go his direction.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
He said he wasn't
everybody's
gonna dunk on
up.
him.
Big block by Eason makes offense.
That's how you do it.
Fletcher to Dozier. Dozier shoots a 3. No heat check, but Ross rebound. No foul, and it's going to be a foul.
That definitely was a foul.
I'm not the ref whatsoever, Jay, but I'm pretty sure we saw the reaction it was given. It was definitely a foul. I agree with the referee there.
Sometimes I don't agree with it. I'm not going to lie to y'all, but that was a good call right there.
We currently have 15 minutes, 48 seconds left in this ball game. Tied 5-5 currently.
Nate, can you tell the viewers that if they were physically here, it's the atmosphere?
As we see here, Jay, look at this block here. As that was the foul that was just called on Ross right there, him working to get a bucket. But the energy that's definitely in here is different, Jay. We're going to be right back on the Grambling Sports Television Network right after the break.
What's been accomplished up here is amazing.
People are getting care in our communities for health and wellness, to manage chronic disease, and to stay out of the acute care environment.
We have a great new leadership team who improved resources.
I have never seen expansion.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Welcome back to the Frederick C. Hobby Arena here on Willis Reed Court. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Nathan McCarter, joined with my color commentator, Jay Newton, and we're here on Willis Reed Court with 15 minutes, 48 seconds, in a 5-5 ball game, tie ball game, and we have a good scenery here with plenty of students, plenty of faculty, plenty of staff, and an environment for Monday hoops. Ross's first free throw gets it to go.
It's a nice free throw.
Ross, we talked about him earlier, being from Alachua, Florida, the only player on this Grambling team from Florida, playing against a Florida team. So I'm pretty sure there's a different motor going for him this game. Coffee. Finds Charles. Charles back to Coffee. Coffee guarded by P.J. Edwards. Coffee surveying. He's met by Ross. Coffee gives it to Matthew. Matthew met by Ross. 55 guarding 5. A long three from Matthews. No good. Rebounded by Eason. Eason throws it into the commentary table.
Almost hit us.
It's almost a scary sight going on here, Jay.
It's really intense.
As we see, Michael Stevenson is on the court for this Grambling basketball team. Didn't get the start, but coaches now have him in now. Stevenson, he leads this team, assist leader for the team, and he leads the SWAC in steals. Ernest drives left, kicks out to Burnett up top. Burnett bounce pass to Stevenson, smacked off the glass by Charles.
Glass.
Lewis gets the left hand off the left of the glass finish. Stevenson finds Edwards. Edwards slowing it up top to Burnett.
Looks like they're trying to figure out what play they want to run. FAMU is running man right now.
Burnett guarded by Coffee. Burnett, Stevenson, Easton. The referee is going to call the travel on Mr. P.J. Eason. Emeka Naji, Kentavious Dozier going to sub in for Antoine Burnett and P.J. Eason. On the court for your Grambling men's basketball team is going to be Stevenson, Dozier, Edwards, Naji, and Ross. For the Rattlers, it's going to be Eatman, Charles, Shakir O'Neal, Milton Matthews, and Lewis out on the floor for the Rattlers. Lewis guarded by Stevenson. Stolen by Stevenson. Stevenson gives it to Naji for the 2. Slammer, jammer.
We got to see that replay one more time.
Replay right here as we see Stevenson bounce past to Naji.
That was a great
He's going to tear down the rim at all costs and by any cost. Lewis finds O'Neal. O'Neal guarded by Dozier. O'Neal can't find a way, finds Matthews. Matthews guarded by Ross. Matthews step back 3, gets it to go.
The viewers didn't know.
Gives a smug look after that shot.
Number 8 is Shaquille O'Neal's son.
Yes. Shaquille O'Neal, the son of Hall of Famer, NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. When Shaquille O'Neal joined FAMU's basketball team, Shaquille O'Neal himself donated $3 million to the FAMU Rattlers. So good father to son action there. As you know, we have this matchup here. Naji shoots a shot that hits the top of the backboard, and sometimes it's called out of bounds, but not there. O'Neal to Lewis. Lewis finds Matthews. Matthews guarded by Ross. Matthews turn around, mid-range shot. Rims right out. Rebound by Naji. Stevenson pushing the right-hand side, finds Ross. Ross fouled by Matthews.
Ross is having a pretty hard time, it looks
Most
like.
definitely. When it comes to this team, when it comes to this Grambling team, they're gonna want to go at you fast and go at you hard and don't give you any room for effort. As we see Matthews right here, step back shot, just straight flushes it. We have Charles subbing out for the Rattlers. In comes in Jacoby Hendricks. Stevenson for the inbound, finds Dozier. Dozier drives baseline, kicks out to Edwards. Edwards to Newton. Newton kicks it to Najee!
He on fire tonight. That's
him, Newton to Najee connection for the two-hand slam with a dunkerer. Lewis to Young. Eatman finds Hendricks. Hendricks kicks it down to O'Neal. O'Neal guarded by Newton. O'Neal traveling call on O'Neal. The pressure that this men's Grambling basketball team, they're coming with a sense of urgency. They're coming like they haven't won a SWAC game yet.
Because FAMU is coming off of a 5-game losing streak. Both teams won this one. This is really critical for them.
Exactly. And with it being 11:45 to go in this game, Jay, Grambling 1-point lead currently right now. I always say all the time, when you have that 10-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute mark, you always have to take advantage of it. But we'll be right back on the Grambling Sports Television Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Right back here on the Grambling Sports Television Network, here at the Frederick C. Hobby Arena. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Nathan McCarter, joined here with Jay Newton, the color commentator of tonight's game. Jay,
yes.
Usually we're probably getting out of a basketball game around this time. It's 8:30.
This is a late game.
And we're still in the first half.
Isn't this the latest game of the season?
I'm going to assume so. This is most likely the latest game.
It was a rescheduled game.
And you already know campus technically doesn't close until around 5 o'clock as it is, so we got to allow the time to get our academics in before we can get the extracurriculars.
No.
Exactly, school first. As it's going to be in a possession of Grambling State University. Shaladrian Newton, the Simsboro, Louisiana native, on the inbound. He's going to give it to his main man, Michael Stevenson. Stevenson guarded by Matthews. Dozier, bounce pass to Newton for three, straight through the net.
Go ahead and play that replay. That was a nice three. Nate, I just feel like once you get the pass to the corner, you have one job.
And that's to finish.
You gotta finish it. You have to.
Eatman guarded by Najee, stolen by Najee, but the foul called first. Najee seemed like he may have gotten hit in the face a little bit.
He did. As you said earlier, you put your hand in that cookie jar.
Pay the consequences.
You do pay that consequence. Look like he's getting subbed out too.
Yeah, we saw in that replay, Najee just trying to play the best defense of his ability. On the inbound for the Rattlers, Jacoby Hendricks, guarded by Stevenson, kicks it to Eatman. Eatman's guarded by Eason. He finds Milton Matthews. Backdoor cut, overhead pass, gets that finish. Stevenson Finds Newton, bounce pass to the right post for Easton. Easton working out, kicks out to Hutchison. Hutchison goes up strong with the hand finish.
That was a great finish.
Young to Eatman, finds Hendricks. Fakes a shot, but finds his man Matthews. Matthews to Young. Young just seems like he just slips and glides straight into the paint.
It definitely looked like he just threw that up there. Like,
it was definitely a free zone for him. He looked at the spot and just charged it.
it could have went one or two ways. He could have got a foul or he could have missed, but he made it.
Exactly. Stevenson to Newton once again. Newton!
Oh, that was a great drive.
Newton. It seemed like we just talked about it. If you get the ball in the corner, Jay, right here,
one job.
He fakes it, drives, and it seemed like he was going to be in the sky with Eatman.
He took that chance when Coffee left his feet in the air because Coffee thought he was going to shoot it. He just shot that last three.
Exactly.
But that's player to player. Newton knew how to drive to the hole and definitely created contact between the other player, and now it's on the line.
Most definitely. It's going to be his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Like I said earlier, Shalazier Newton, a Simsbury, Louisiana native. He won a state championship in basketball in high school for the Simsbury Tigers. And he goes from being a Simsbury Tiger into a Grambling Tiger. And he's showing off his ability here.
He's showing off his ability. Saturday, he didn't really get to play that much, but he's showing out right now.
Most definitely taking advantage of the opportunity, taking advantage of the moment. Young, guarded by Dozier. Young drives right, gets and finished through the middle.
He should have took that charge.
The middle has been his favorite spot throughout these last 2 to 3 possessions. Dozier picked up by Matthews. Dozier bounced past to Eason. Eason bullies through, gets the board back and finishes.
He got his own rebound and put it back
I
up.
can't get it once. How about I get it twice?
Yep, they better box him out. I know that much.
6-point lead for the Grambling basketball team. Young trying to get through. He's met by 2 G-men. Sebo Newton.
He's on fire tonight.
Just gets a little bit of room and finishes off the glass with the left hand.
All he needs.
Hendricks passes to Charles. Charles to Coffee. Coffee blocked by Hutchison. Coffee to Matthews. Matthews to Hendricks. Hendricks drives to the right mid-range, kicks out left corner to Coffee. He's going to be out of bounds. There is momentum shifting for the G-men. They can potentially get in that 10-point lead and go off the 15, maybe make it 20. It's going to be a long night for these Rattlers.
The G-men definitely increased pressure as far as defense-wise, and they're making FAMU turn over the ball or do the slightest mistakes like step out of bounds.
Exactly. That when you got constant pressure break pipes.
Your mind start racing.
Stevenson guarded by Lewis. Stevenson calling out for his teammates to get right. Spin move. Half spin, throws it up. Can't get it. Rebound Easton. Easton kicks out to Lou Hutch. To Newton, back to Lou Hutch for 3. No good. Lewis to Matthews. Matthews guarded by number 5. And the Tigers prey on their lunch. As soon as Matthews slipped on his foot there, Jay, we saw nothing but Tigers just get on him. Hey, we need that ball.
Ooh, it looked like he twisted too. Usually refs would call that a walk.
Yeah,
They were on
majority
his
time.
side.
But when you have the Tigers go and just constantly want to get that ball, as soon as he hit the ground, it was like a shark seeing blood, smelling blood. It's just time to go get it. Burnett to Newton, Newton to Easton, finds Stevenson. Right post work for Burnett. Gets it to go. Quick shoulder, back fade midi for the Swiss Army knife himself.
That was Burnett's first points of the game. He was the leading scorer last season against FAMU.
Exactly, and even last night, last Saturday against Bethune-Cookman, 9 points, 4 of 11 from the field. We're going to have a foul on the play. Both coaches signaling their benches to come and have a little chat. Lou is currently a little banged up, the guard for the Florida A&M Rattlers, catching his breath. But right now we have a 24 to 16 ball game. But what would be a better thing to do than talk about the sponsors that we have here at Grambling State University? Starting off, Whataburger. We build a better burger.
Adidas, impossible is nothing.
Origin Bank, expanding your possibilities with flexible banking solutions.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink beverage of Grambling State University.
Nissan, proud sponsor of collegiate athletics.
Louisiana Lottery, there are now 5 new games to win.
And those are our sponsors for the Grambling State University. Currently in this gym, in this arena, 24 to 16, 8-point lead for the Grambling Tigers. 7 minutes, 28 seconds to go until halftime. Jay, what is your message for the Rattlers as far as maybe the mental game or even everything happening on the court that we're seeing?
My message to the Rattlers is Grambling is not playing. A lot of the players that I would say weren't doing as well on Saturday definitely got something to prove tonight, because that's what matters, is winning against FAMU to secure that SWAC win for the January season year 2025.
Yes, exactly. Like I stated against Bethune-Cookman Saturday, it's 2025. It didn't even sound right hearing it and saying it, but it's 2025, and if we can just simply get not only a SWAC dub, but just a win period, that would be very momentous, because we know the last win that the Tigers had was December 30th against College of Biblical Studies. Of course, that's an out-of-conference opponent, but if you beat the Rattlers with everybody having their, I don't know exactly what to call them, Jay, not pom-poms, but that I know you blow it up, and then you bang them together, and it just makes the craziest noise ever.
Yeah, everybody has them right now. It's a lot of great atmosphere and energy in here tonight, and that's exactly what the G-Man needs to take this victory home tonight.
And on a deeper note, credit to athletics, GSU TV Center, and everybody that makes this environment, because you never know. That's even just the one fan that enjoys Grambling basketball. If he's in this arena by himself, he's going to be going crazy. So the fact that we have there's no telling what the attendance count is today, but I know over 500 for sure.
For sure.
And it may be well over that with Woodlawn Leadership Academy band, who is here out of Shreveport playing for replacement of the World Fame. Sterling Young gets his first free throw to go. Sterling Young is going to have to be an intricate part to the Rattlers' success for this coming up next 7 minutes after a tough loss Saturday against Southern, 57-91.
12.6 points per game and a 40.2.
Newton. Checked by Matthews. 5-on-5 action here. Burnett to Hutchison. Hutchison to Easton. Easton guarded by Eatman. Newton gets it to Burnett. He's going to work down on the right post.
And loses it.
We see there Burnett trying to work down Coffee in the right low post. Just spins and just loses possession, handle of the ball. As a foul is going to be called on Dupree Fletcher. Sterling Young trying to make his way up the court. Dupree Fletcher is going to come out for the Tigers. Comes in Mikael Stevenson for the Tigers. Mikael Stevenson, Saladrian Newton, Antoine Burnett, Lou Hutchison, and P.J. Easton all on the floor for your Grambling State Tigers. Young throws it up to Eatman, can't get it to go. as we see here on the replay, Sterling throws it up to Eatman for a lob.
He thought he was finna dunk on.
Mr. Newton standing underneath for the contest. He's not scared whatsoever. Him and Eatman having a nice little exchange, letting him know it's all leave it all on the court.
He definitely doesn't want that take.
Because
that's what it was looking like.
But credit to Shaladrian Newton, 6'3", 180 versus Eatman, who is 6'10", 235. So I'm crediting anybody who has the strength and the will to get down there with somebody of that stature.
Would you jump? Have you seen him jump, Nate?
No, it was just straight hands up. He didn't want to be a victim of that crime.
I would take the charge. I ain't gonna lie.
A charge, yes.
Yeah, that's what
a
you
charge
do.
is definitely
With
one of
big
those.
people, you just take that charge. Just make sure your feet are set too, because if
Most
it's
definitely.
not, they're gonna call that foul.
Eatman, second trip, gets it. Rattlers currently in man-to-man. Stevenson finds Newton. Newton then takes the baseline. Reverse layup! He is looking to make a staple for himself tonight.
He said he wasn't going to dunk on him back here, so he just showed up for it on the other side.
Young to Eatman. Eatman. Lewis. Lewis to Matthews. Matthews crosses right. He's stolen, tipped, deflected by Stevenson. Young receives a screen from Eatman, throws up a prayer, and it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Tigers did a great job with defense.
Anytime you hear that buzzer going off, that's not at the end of the first half, halftime, or the end of the game, you know you're getting good stops and you're playing great defense.
You're doing great. The Tigers really need to keep that up with their 26-19 lead.
Newton, spin moves, left-hand layup, blocked by, looks like Eatman on that play.
Do you see what's going on here, Nate?
It's a lot of switch action going on, most definitely. As we see Newton blocked by Eatman. Him and Eatman having some fair exchanges tonight. Antoine Burnett, easy midi. I know it was good from a mile away.
Definitely was good.
28-19. Grambling leads with 5 minutes, 32 seconds left. Coffee right wing action guarded by Burnett. Poked loose by Burnett. Mikhail Stevenson throws it up to Edwards. Can't get it to go.
Just a little bit higher, he would have.
Eatman can't get it to go. Rebounded by Coffee.
That's why it's important.
Put back layup. And it seems like it's going to be a timeout on the floor.
Dozier checking in.
Dozier is set to check in. Currently, though, Jay, 28-21. Both teams looking to get their first SWAC win. Grambling coming off losses from Prairie View, Texas Southern, and on Saturday, Bethune-Cookman. So they're looking to search for their first win of the season. But we'll be right back here after the break on the Grambling Sports Television Network.
What you'll find is the strength. When you come to Grambling State for an education, what you'll find is the strength to overcome any challenge. It's not just about bouncing back. It's about rising higher together to aim for excellence and lead from anywhere. When you're in the right place, you can rewrite your story to become something more because you're building something special. Your future.
Right back here on the Grambling Sports Television Network here at the Frederick C. Hobby Arena on Willis Reed Court. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Nathan McCarter, joined by color commentator Jay Newton. And we're back on Willis Reed Court for 5 minutes left of action. Stevenson takes a three-point shot, no good, rebounded by Lewis. Lewis throws the fast break pass to Young. Young crosses left, can't get it to go up. And it seems like it's going to be deflected off the pause of the Tigers. It seemed like they're young when he was working down. He kind of just lost his balance and his forward momentum just took him.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Burnside to Coffee. Coffee with the floater. No good. Rebounded by Eason. Off the leg of Eason. But Dozier gets the pass. Dozier passes to Burnett. Burnett working in the right post. Kicks it to Stevenson for another.
Three-pointer. Stevenson wasn't even on the three-point line, and he was still able to secure that shot.
Yes, ma'am. Mikael Stevenson didn't make his last three-pointer before the shot he just made, but he redeems himself and gives the Tiger a 10-point lead. Burnside to Young for a three. Rebounded by Coffee. And he got up sky high, almost at the peak of the mountain.
They could have called over the back how high he jumped.
He jumped pretty high. I know he's feeling the repercussions from that one as we see Young shoot the ball.
Ooh.
And Coffee tried to secure a rebound. He kind of was undercut by his own teammate.
Ooh, yeah.
As he just lays his back on his teammate. His teammate kind of just wanted to get out of the way. But we're going to be right back here on the Grambling Sports Television Network.
The world-famed Tiger Marching Band presents Click It or Ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
What's been accomplished up here is amazing.
People are getting care in our communities for health and wellness, to manage chronic disease, and to stay out of the acute care environment.
We have a great new leadership team who improved resources.
I have never seen expansion, quality improvement, access improvement like this in my lifetime.
The growth has been phenomenal.
Television Network right here at the Frederick C. Hobby Arena on Willis Reed Court. And we got a collection of replays of all the action, majority of the action that's going on in the first half, as we see the reverse layup from Sebo Newton, mid-range from Antoine Burnett. Antoine Burnett making passes to the last three-pointer we saw from the Tigers, Mikael Stevenson. So from Burnett making his mid-range shots, Burnett has actually not missed at all so far in the first half. So Ladrian Newton leads the Tigers with 9 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from three-point land, and 2 of 2 from free throw line. As we have Stevenson working out Coffee, motion offense from the G-men, from Burnett. Ross kicks it to Dozier. Dozier, mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Coffee. Lewis gets the ball, slings it to Matthews. Matthews shoots, rebounded by Eason, into the hands of Dozier. Burnett, spin move to Eason!
That was a nice
dunk here on the play. Eason being a known lob threat and just paint beast. Charles. As we hear, it's getting very loud. The pom-poms are going very crazy here. Charles backing down, drop step left hand hook, no good. Into the hands of Coffee. Coffee throws it off of what it looks like Mikael Stevenson.
I hate those type of players because in that moment, Nate, when the offensive player throws a ball on you, what are you supposed to do? Accept it?
It's not a lot you can do. You have a lot of pesky players such as Jose Alvarado. He plays for the New Orleans Pelicans, and he's the type of person that allow you to dribble and get in front of him, and he'll sneak behind you to just snatch it. So as we have some action going on here, Birdsong just hits the floor. I don't think it's going to be any action here. When you're down 10 plus in the game and you have pom-poms going crazy in this arena, you probably can't think straight, and you probably got to get a mental check going.
And Nate, that's the energy we need tonight because everybody just got on 10. And that means we're at 33-24, Grambling State University in the league.
And this is exactly what we needed. When you are trying to get your first WAC win, anything matters.
This is what it sounds like in here when you're supposed to get that first win.
We're happy that the reinforcements, the offers were able to kind of allow it not to get worse than it was, but the players from both sides, from both Tigers and the Rattlers, both allowed it to be very calm and chill, didn't escalate it more than what it needed to be, and that's all that was going on. So, of course, tempers may be flying, but you always got to have that mental note. It's bigger than everything. Exactly.
Like, it's for the team, and that wasn't a team moment.
And you just wouldn't want to see Eason be ejected from this game or whatever. That's exactly what the referees are going to be looking over here with Miss Avia, who is over the DV Sport replay. Both of our 2 out of 3 of our referees are looking to see if there's going to be a technical assess, a flagrant assess. There's a lot of different things that can go on with what we just saw went down. What looked like just a broken play went into a catastrophe.
I the replay. Like, I just looked up and I didn't know if they were just sharing some words, but it looked like they were sharing some moves too.
Most definitely. And when you have your big man Jay, you have to realize from PJ Eason for the Grambling Tigers and Burnside and even Charles for the Rattlers, there's just going to be a lot of, for them being the bigs they are, you kind of have to it's always body-on-body contact no matter what you do. The play cannot be meant for you, and you're going to end up being in a body-to-body action. So when body-to-body action comes and it's constant, it somehow happens like that. A little Louisiana versus Florida matchup here. A little bit of put them up.
I'm pretty sure there's no real beef. It's just that's what the vibe is. No, you both fighting for something that you want. That's what type of energy both teams wanted so hard. No hard feelings, just toughen up.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure he's a tough soldier. But as we go on, we see in a small part of our student section, we have our fans and our students. I'm not going to call them fans. They're students here.
They definitely
students that go here to at Grambling State University.
I'm a fan, too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, you're right. We're fans of the game. We're fans of the game. But when you're at Grambling, we're everything of what it means to represent Grambling by all means, from the TV center to anything that we put ourselves involved in. We just put about 10 plus students on there, their representation of what it means to be a Grambling student. As we see more vibes from.
Also, shout out to the Deltas, it's J13.
Oh, it is. Shout out to them.
That's why y'all see a lot of triangles, pyramids in the student sections.
As we're still trying to get a lot resolved. From the jams going on in the arena, from the band, from the cheerleaders, from the excited students.
Oh, Nate, it's also Military Day.
There's a lot going on this month. There's a lot going on this month for a fact, as this is probably going to be the last game of January for quite a time, Jay. But when we get that schedule, Jay, I'm pretty sure February is going to be jam-packed and loaded. So for all Coach Jackson has to do for the month of January, is just get you a win, get a little bit of momentum, win by win, and then let them collect. And just it starts by play. So there's a lot going on still, a lot of vibes going out here as we have a lot of different students and Coach Jackson here is trying to make sure everything's
Based on the look on Coach Jackson's face, he's very disappointed on what's happening right now.
Yeah, Coach Jackson, he's all about ball. He's not looking for the extra at all. But Coach Jackson as well, he's 7 years, 7th chapter. As we on the other end, we have Coach Patrick Crary, who is FAMU's 15th head coach in program history. The last school he coached at previously was at St. Thomas University, a school that plays in the Summit League Conference, and he's making his debut this season with the FAMU Rattlers and in the SWAC.
Nate, he has 5 pro contract signings, 2 NAIA All-American honorable mentions, 1 NAIA second team All-American, and like you said, 12 All-Sun Conference members. That's a lot. That's a lot for a coach.
Most definitely. There's a lot of different routes you can be given when you're in this type of industry. Honestly, there's one notable head coach to me, Eric Spoelstra. I actually like his come up story. He started off as a video coordinator and was upgraded as an NBA scout and then immediately he sooner or later ended up being head of scouts of all NBA, and he was finally appointed to the position of head coach of the Miami Heat. So it took him a groundwork of line of things to get into the position that he is, and that speaks for both Coach Dante Jackson of Grambling State University and both Coach Patrick Crary of the FAMU Rattlers. Both of our referees, the zebras in the black and white stripes, trying to get a hold of what this call is going to be. We're seeing pointing towards both benches, so both players may be assessed some type of foul, but I'm not going to make any assumptions
until. Don't they usually give them a free throw, like both teams a free throw? Yeah.
Majority, if it's both takes on both sides, both teams will be awarded a free throw. We're seeing both refs talk to both coaches currently, so they could be getting it resolved right here to see how this next 2 minutes and 33 seconds is going to go, Jay. Because it's 9 o'clock, Jay, and we have not played a second half whatsoever. But I love the game of basketball. I love Grambling. I'm going to be here to continue to call this game.
So for both teams in their stance right now and everything that's going on, think about everything that happened in the first half. What do you think these two coaches are going to say when they enter the locker room?
This one is going to be mental game, because you gotta stay mental before anything comes into fruition. But I didn't like Coach Jackson's reaction to what the ref told him, so we should be seeing something. I'm not going to say abnormal. I'm not going to say abnormal at all, but FAMU Rattlers, they're currently surrounded by the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated. They're trying to get back on the floor, but they're in front.
I done heard about 10 whistles. Grambling State University finna get a text. All the gyms, they finna be like, everybody stop.
And it seems like
the energy is amazing.
We see 00 Contavious Dozier going into the bench and going into the tunnel, but not sure exactly what was called there. There's a lot of commotion going on in the arena. We still confused. We're not sure.
He's gonna shoot, it looks like. Is that right?
Soon we're gonna get into the conclusion of why Contavious Dozier has gone to the tunnel, but it's been another stop in play because referee pointed at Burnside. I'm not sure what's still going on here, but Patrick Crary letting the refs know his apology. Contavious Dozier has just been announced ejected from this basketball game. Not sure if he started something or was a reaction or something, but I honestly didn't think that he was in any action. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all.
Nate, when you just said he was ejected from the game, my mouth dropped because
He's never been ejected, let alone had any problem.
He's one of our key players as well. That
The
actually
key scores. Yes.
That might actually take a toll on us. I'm not going to say anything bad because in the women's game, me and OJ was jinxing. Not gonna say
As we
bad.
see the free throw missed by Matthews, so ball maybe not lying as you try to take one of our best scorers and you're going to.
The ball don't lie.
You got a few scores that were just put in the game from Burnett, Stevenson, and P.J. Edwards. If you want to take one away our troops, best believe somebody is coming to start some fire.
It's good that Children, I don't want to mess up his name.
Shaladrian, Mr. Sebo.
Shaladrian Newton stepped up tonight because that's what type of momentum we need from other players, especially since Contravious Dozier got ejected from the game.
Exactly. Young throws it up. Rebounded by Najee. Najee to Stevenson. Stevenson, he's going to drive. No foul calls on the play. Nothing but body there. Seemed like Coffee to Matthews. Takes the mid-range. No good. Rebounded by O'Neal. Throws it up. No good. Rebounded by Ross. 2 minutes separates us from halftime. Antoine Burnett setting this Gremlins men's basketball team up. He's guarded by Young. Burnett to Ross. Ross guarded by Burnside. Ross to Stevenson. Put back by Najee, but he was fouled on the back, but could not finish it. 33-25 is your score currently. As we see Mikael Stevenson try to put the putback from Najee's rebound and putback, but Najee's going to be the one to shoot him. Najee currently with 4 points in his ball game, 2 of 3 from the field. Two of those three attempts being dunks, let alone two hand slammer jammers. And we know how we feel about those.
Now, how we feel about those, Nate?
Najee, second attempt, gets it to go. 9-point lead for the Tigers over the Florida A&M Rattlers. Milton Matthews is going to check out. Comes in Lewis. Young, guarded by Edwards. Picked up by Ross. Young to O'Neal. O'Neal guarded by Najee. O'Neal finds Young. Young shoots a prayer. What seemed like a prayer went straight through the net.
Nate, I don't think nobody's been shooting on the three-point line. Everybody's been shooting deep threes all night, matching each other's energy.
Hey, if you got a little bit of strength, it's almost like a catapult. Stevenson up top. Finds Ross. Ross fakes. Takes a dribble. Kicks out to Burnett. 6 on the shot clock. Burnett sizes, crosses left, step back three.
Ooh,
he is fouled.
Was that a foul on the three-point line?
That's most definitely is a foul on the three-point line.
3 shots.
As we see where he landed, Jay, you've been talking about none of the shots that have been taken are on the three-point line. He shot it from the Willis Reed symbol.
He did. But it's very important for Antoine Burnett to take his time with these 3 shots.
Most definitely.
Free throws are free.
Yes, no, for a fact. The free zone is what they like to call it, the charity stripe. Antoine Burnett, if he makes these next 2, can make it a 9-point lead with 49.5 seconds left. Antoine Burnett was actually pretty, not the heaviest recruit as far as football, but he was a 2 to 3 star recruit. He was a dual sport athlete playing football and basketball. And it's showing from the strength. We call him the Swiss Army knife. It didn't come for no reason. He was playing tight end and he was playing defense, playing football in high school. So him playing both sides here in basketball would be no different. As he gets all 3 to go, you might as well say he hit the shot, Jay.
He definitely hit the shot. Now they got to come back and play defense. Ooh.
Milton, aggressive shot. Rebounded by Young. Young drives right. Right-hand layup gets the go. Running clock with 30 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. 2 seconds separates the game clock and shot clock. Stevenson up top, guarded by Lewis.
They're running the clock.
17 seconds left. Stevenson checked by Lewis. 10.
Ooh.
Stevenson, floater, gets it to go. Running clock, 0.1 seconds. Young shoots.
Ooh, he almost makes it too.
He hits off the back of the iron, but it'll be no good. Here at the Frederick C. Hobby Arena, the Orr men's Grambling basketball team, 39, FAMU Rattlers 30. As we see Stevenson going over, can we toss it over to our sideline report, Riley McClain?
Now, Coach Jackson, the energy and the emotions are high tonight. How do you plan to keep your team focused amidst all this to ultimately secure that W?
Well, we got to go in the locker room and talk about, controlling our emotions. At the end of the day, no matter what somebody else does to you, you have to control your emotions in this type of environment and in any environment. So we just got to do a better job of that. Once we sit down, we'll talk about it. We'll come out and we'll get to the bottom of things.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, Riley, for the sideline report with Coach Dante Jackson. We have here 14 minutes up until we get into second half action. Your Grambling State University Tigers 39, Florida A&M Rattlers 30. We'll be right back on the Grambling Sports Television Network. Welcome back to the Grambling Sports Television Network here at the Frederick C. Hobby Arena. Your play-by-play commentator, Nathan McCarter, joined by my color commentator, Jay Newton, and the halftime report, the halftime stats currently right now, of course, Grambling up 39-30 here in this ball game. We're seeing FAMU shooting 9 of 22, 40%. 2 of 5 from three-point range at 40%, 5 of 6 from the free throw line at 83.3%, and 8 total rebounds on the day, Jay. And then on the Grambling end, 13 of 24, 52% from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range at 33.3%, and 5 of 5 from the charity stripe, Jay. 100%, no missed free throws in the first half for the Tigers. And when we see that, we know that we're going to have something good, and it's going to be efficiency going here in Grambling. Your upcoming men's game for the first game of February 1st, 2025, Grambling will go on to play against Jackson State. Jackson State, a well-coached program by Coach Mo Williams. And once we see that matchup, we'll get basically a preview of what we could potentially see in the SWAC postseason. So, Jay, right now, a second has now gone off the clock right now. We're getting ready to get started for some second half basketball. And it seems right now Coach Jackson is already ahead of plan. He sees who he wants on the floor already.
Grambling State University is already on the floor while FAMU is just now getting on the court.
Yes, ma'am. Dupree Fletcher at the 1. Shaladrian Newton, Mr. Sebo at the 2. Antoine Burnett, number 11, the Swiss Army knife at the 3. At the 4, Ernest Ross, the stretch 4 himself, Mr. Get It Done inside out. And the paint beast down low. The Mr. Weigh a Ton, if you say, for the centers for us, P.J. Eason. Antoine Burnett, 9 points in his last performance against Bethune-Cookman. 9 points again tonight. Matthews to Eatman, kicks it out to Coffee. Coffee to Matthews. Matthews back out Coffee. Back to Matthews for a top of the key 3. Rebounded by Burnside, kicks it back out to Matthews. Matthews looks right. Finds Young. Young guarded by Ross. Young with the quick pass to Eatman, blocked by P.J. Eason. Burnett running the floor, kicks it to Dupree. Dupree to Antoine Burnett. Nothing but net!
Nate, you were just saying how Antoine Burnett has not missed a shot, and after halftime, he continued to maintain the momentum that he was having.
Burnett now leading all scorers with all Tigers with 12 points. Young works the baseline, kicks it to blocked by Eason.
Ooh, scrappy in the paint. It's with that same coach is reading.
This is a matchup. This is a matchup of the Battle of the Titans, if you kind of think about it. When it comes to P.J. Easton, it comes to Burnside. Burnside aggressive on almost every single play, for a fact. As we see Fletcher walking up into this Rattlers zone they have on defense right now. Sebo Newton on the left wing. Fletcher to Antoine Burnett. Back to Fletcher. Newton. Step back mid-range. Got him. Sebo Newton making his staple heard. Charles, stolen by Ross. Ross pushing the floor, off to Burnett. Burnett pushes middle, gives it to P.J. Easton, kicks out to Newton. Newton back out to Burnett for the 3. No good.
The Tigers had faith in them. There was nobody in the paint to get that rebound. They was already back court.
Coffee, check by Fletcher. Coffee, stopped by Fletcher. Young drives right, lays up with the right.
Antoine Burnett gave him the paint, thinking he was finna pass it, looked like. But he took it right to the hole.
Young going there, a little bit of slow-mo, kind of snail action, koala bear action, or sloth action, however you want to put it.
That was like slow motion.
Burnett bounce pass to Ross. Ross, backhand fade away.
That was nice.
Ross, Burnett, and Mr. Newton showing out in that mid-range territory today.
Out. But I feel like as players, they know they have to step up because one of the key players of tonight's game got ejected.
Coffee sees a screen from Charles Matthews. Left hand pass to Young. Young, dip off to Charles. He gets the and one.
What I noticed, Nate, in this last play, a lot of the players, a lot of the Tigers, I would say, have not been leaving their feet. They have closing out like they're supposed to, and it's forcing FAMU to drive to the hole or pass it to somebody else.
Most definitely. A little bit of drive and kick there. As soon as you're able to attack and make somebody come bring a little bit of pressure to you, it relieves pressure off of somebody else. So you're able just to basically just quick dunk off.
Quick dunk off, yep. They're trying to play it safe.
Newton. So Fletcher. Fletcher off the Burnett. Burnett drives left. Finds Fletcher. Fletcher. PJ Eason, 6 on the shot clock. PJ keeps his dribble, kicks it out to Newton. Newton goes up. Fouled in the back with 1 second left on the shot clock. Jay, Grambling using small bit of time to get one little action off. That's a lot. That's a lot of energy and effort on that play.
That is, but they knew they had a couple seconds left. Sibo Newton definitely put himself in a predicament to either score or to get contact and create a foul. And those were the only two options that was left with the little bit amount of time they had to either score, get a foul, or turn the ball over.
Most definitely. Sibo Newton, one of the aggressive scorers for the Grambling Tigers, showing out tonight with 11 points right now. Coffee double by Easton and Burnett. Burnett, the lone person guarding Charles. Matthews takes a deep right wing three, gets his own rebound, kicks it to Coffee. Coffee looks to the deep left three, step back by Young, no good, rebounded by Charles. Back to Young, Young for the mid-range. He can't get anything to fall in his last two shots.
He finally got a rebound.
Fletcher gets the call from coach to slow it down. 15 minutes, 48 seconds remains in this ball game. Your Grambling Tigers with a 13-point lead. Newton, mid-range shot from Easton, no good. Off the back iron, rebounded by Charles. Young, checked by Fletcher. Off the Coffee. Coffee.
Ooh.
Ross, I'm pretty sure Ross didn't mean no harm by that whatsoever. There was a lot of pump faking from Coffee. He got probably a head fake and got Ross jumping in the air, but Ross just landed completely. As we see here, Coffee pump faking, gets Ross in the air, but he pays the consequences by getting basically his head landed on.
It's like Ross was in the air and he wasn't finna shoot and he was trying to come back down.
Yeah.
It's not how gravity works.
But with the score being 48-35, 15 minutes and 18 seconds to go, we're gonna have a few sponsors for you. The official sponsor of Grambling State University, Whataburger. We build a better burger.
Oregon Bank. Adidas, impossible is nothing. Oregon Bank, expanding your possibilities with flexible banking solutions.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink beverage of Grambling State University.
Nissan, proud sponsor of collegiate athletics.
Finally, Louisiana Lottery. There are now 5 new games to win. 15 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second. We have 13-point lead for the Grambling Tigers. And right now, Jay, if we kind of look through the box score of what's going on currently, we have Shaladrian Newton currently leading all scores for the Tigers with 13 points, backed by Burnett's 12 points.
I'm glad Grambling State University has the most rebounds with 20 rebounds to FAMU's 13.
And on the other end, the leading scorers, like we saw in the research that we done in our journalistic skill work, we saw Milton Matthews. He averages the most played minutes for this FAMU Rattlers team at 24.2 points, and he has the most points for his team. And the leading assist leader and leading points leader, Young, Sterling Young and Milton Matthews have been basically the duo, the backcourt for what's going to be basically the steam they need to be able to get these points rolling for the Rattlers. On the other end has been nothing but Newton, Burnett, and Eason, all taking 5 shots. Lewis, potential 5-second call, and it's going to be exactly that.
That's great defense.
We've heard a buzzer from a shot clock violation, and this is the second buzzer from 5 seconds. It's 5 seconds to get the ball in, Jay. A lot of pressure.
They're not letting up, though. I feel like they haven't let up since the game started.
Whatsoever. There's definitely a chip on his shoulder from losing Saturday, and there's no games to be played today because Monday is nothing but business. Ross to Burnett. Burnett drives baseline, kicks it out to Newton. Newton hops into the paint. It's going to be a blocking foul on waiting from the call from the ref. Number 20 is going to be on Charles of the Rattlers. We see Sebo Newton hop to the paint, get inside the paint and draw a foul. Right.
They move the ball so well. Sebo Newton was on the three-point line wide open. Let that have been Antoine Burnett or any other player. They probably would have shot that shot, but not only, like I said, creating contact, that's what he's been doing a lot in this second half. And that's really what's going to have the ball game later on. Hopefully we get a bonus, and that's really what's going to matter from all those fouls drawn up.
And even before he got the ball, we see Antoine Burnett, he gets the ball to the corner, and he drives baseline, kind of faking the three-point. So it seems like the Tigers have the Rattlers right in their jungle, honestly. Matthews to Lewis. Lewis to Charles. Charles to Matthews. Matthews kicks it to Lewis. Lewis fakes, gets to the mid-range, flings it out to Sterling Young, and he just chunks up a rainbow, and it's straight through the net once again tonight.
And he grabbed his face after he shot that.
He's now 2 of 5 from three-point land, 16 points on the night for Sterling Young. Stevenson. His Burnett in the left low post. Ross and one. He puts up both arms and let him know, I've been in the weight room, coach.
He's been in the weight room, and a little bit earlier, he kind of was having a rocky start coming back into the second half. But I feel like he's getting back in his groove because he already knows the end of the game needs to have one type final outcome. The Tigers need to secure that win, and he's definitely clicking to it.
We see Ernest Ross was a key part into the late game comeback when Grambling was down 2 points in the final 5 minutes to Bethune-Cookman, and Ernest Ross getting it done tonight on both ends of the court. Matthews, left wing action, guarded by Stevenson, finds Eatman. Lewis to Young. Young sizes up, shoots another three, can't get it to drop. Rebounded by Charles, off to Eatman. And it seems like that Charles and Eatman tandem down low has been, it seems like efficient all night. Newton. Stevenson back to Newton. Coach Jackson. Burnett. Step back mid-range, gets it through. Just working out. Burnett letting Mr. Sterling Young that he's like that.
You see that too?
Most
That's
definitely.
what I was looking at. That's why I was quiet. I was like, oh, they're sharing some words.
Burnett is a silent killer for sure. Matthews.
Ooh, push off.
He getting a free shot. I kind of don't like that, but hey, we have 12 minutes and 45 seconds left currently in this ball game. Sitting at, what time is it, Jay? 9:37
Ooh, late.
p.m. here Central Time in Grambling, Louisiana. P.J. Edwards is going to check in for Mr. Shaladrian Newton, who deserves a high five from everybody on his bench.
Turn over the ball immediately.
Coach Patrick Crary very irritated.
That made the student section
He had
go
the
crazy.
ball and basically bounced it really hard a good 2 times, and the students happy.
There they go with the pom-pom balloon thing.
Student section being right behind the Florida A&M bench can't be good, just knowing that it's a lot of ruckus going on every second of the game. Stevenson, bounce past to Burnett. Burnett, turn around, Middery, no good. Coffee pushing like no other, finds Young, kicks it back to the left corner 3. Matthews gets it to go.
Just like we were saying, Nate, once you get into that corner, you get that pass, you have one job. His shot was
Ernest
just
Ross making the effort to get to the paint, and he's met by the cameraman, goes almost basically right into him.
Right
I'm
into
scared
the
if I'm the cameraman in that position.
That's a great view right there. Other than the shot camera.
Here's an underrated view. If you look up, Jay, you probably won't be able to catch it on the camera. When you look up, we have a catwalk, and that's probably when you're up there with the clouds. You know, that's a whole different view. As Ross takes his first free throw, gets it to go. Charles of the FAMU Rattlers gonna check out, comes in Burnside for the Rattlers. Second attempt at the line, net. Lou Hutchison, Emeka Naji coming into the floor for Ross and Eason. We hearing boos behind the FAMU bench. It has been a mental game for Florida A&M since the moment they stepped in this building. Coffee guarded by Stevenson. Coffee kicks out to O'Neal, left corner 3, no good. It's going to be in the possession of Grambling. Coach, assistant coach, and head coach of FAMU telling his team to press up. They're just playing man-to-man.
Full court man-to-man.
Coach Crary just simply wanting a sense of urgency from his FAMU team.
Ooh.
It's going to remain Grambling basketball. We seeing nothing but coaches jumping. The reactions from everybody tonight has been top tier.
FAMU's coach did not
As
like
we see
them.
right here. They touching their foot. It's not a kick ball. They somehow convinced the refs to end up coming. I'm going to assume they're going to come to the DV Sport. But while they figure that out, Grambling up 56-43 with 12 minutes remaining in this ball game. We'll be right back on the Grambling Sports Television Network.
The world-famed Tiger Marching Band presents Click It or Ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Sports Television Network. And right now we have Miss Riley McClain for a little bit of a sideline report, reporting about the championship ring from this past season.
Thanks, Nate. Just yesterday, last season, Grambling Tigers were awarded their championship rings. The Grambling Tigers were the 2024 men's basketball SWAC champions. This win got them they punched their NCAA ticket with this win, so congratulations to those guys.
That's a very nice ring, Nate.
Most definitely. Hey, all I could see was bling. It almost
like,
kind of hurt my eyes a little bit.
Kind of blinded my eyes a little bit, but the Tigers definitely deserved that ring for last season's accomplishment.
Most definitely. And if you ask me, the ring that we're currently seeing, a nice gold, black and gold
and
G
the
there.
silver in the middle, it's just glistening, it's dancing.
You don't want to be caught outside with that ring for a fact.
Yeah,
I think that ring should come with a pair of shades just by how bright it is.
It does. I better not see it at the pawn shop. It's hard to get rough.
As we're getting to resume into action, Grambling Basketball, Stevenson is going to push the floor.
Ooh, they're
He's guarded by Young, splitting the traffic, pass it off to Najee, which could have been a crazy dip off for a flashy finish.
If he would have seen that opportunity, he would have taken it.
It seems like Burnside
he got a
of the
short
Rattlers
temper.
has been getting a pep talk from his coaches, his teammates. As Najee goes up, he's fouled by Burnside. I've never seen one player get so much attention.
Hostile, like,
yeah.
What's going on? Like, relax.
Usually it comes with the leading scores or maybe just your leading stats. But for this one, we just have role players just playing the best of their roles and kind of not going his way right now. As it seems like Burnside is going to check out. In comes Charles of the Rattlers. Coach Dante Jackson got a serious game face on. He's just ready to finish this ball game. But he got to take it one play at a time.
He has to. We got 11 minutes and 53 seconds for the rest of the game, and it's a late night right now already, 9:44.
Closing on 10 o'clock p.m. Central here in Louisiana. Coffee, right corner, off the Matthews for the right corner three. Rims right out, rebounded by O'Neal.
Ooh.
Lou Hutchinson and O'Neal kind of in a 50-50 battle for the ball. Honestly, when it comes to all sports, Louisiana and Florida, you got a lot of tough nuggets around the areas. Blocked off the backboard by Amika Najee.
Off the glass.
Najee soars and just slaps it clean off the board. It seems like we're going to have a tech call.
On
I heard O'Neal, and he's ready. Shaquille O'Neal's currently talking to the ref. Off the
for that
backboard.
part right there. Ooh. Yeah. I guess he was trying to grab it.
It may be, I don't even want to say it can't be a technical foul. It may be just a transition foul or something. Yeah.
Because I don't see no players exchange words or no foul play.
Right.
It just looked like he was just trying to get the rebound. And, you know, kind of gets a little funky in there.
Yeah, you know, Jay, you play a little bit of basketball yourself.
Yeah, I was
as soon as
in
you
the
get that
paint.
rebound, you got to move them
Throw
elbows.
them elbows.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I know.
Stevenson, checked by Matthews. He crosses left, shoots a three-point range in moving fashion, can't get it to go.
Can't leave them players open like that.
Sterling Young off the Coffee. Coffee backs up, shoots the standstill three, no good. Rebounded by Charles.
Over the back.
It's going to be on the floor.
Dang.
They're going to call that foul on Edwards. But it's going to remain on the floor for the Florida A&M Rattlers. 11 minutes and 1 second remains in this ball game as we see this last play, Jay. Coffee just shoots it, gets set, rebounded by Eatman, but fouled by P.J. Edwards. Stoppage of play by the refs. And it seems like we're going to have Sterling Young here at the line. Grambling in the bonus currently. Coffee on the inbound for the Rattlers. Coffee finds Young. Shoots a deep left wing three, no good. Rebounded by Najee. Loose ball on the ground. Coffee to Matthews.
That's how Matthews is feeling?
The pass from Coffee to Matthews floor.
I don't even think his feet was
to
set.
3-point range, and he just gets it to drop.
Like, it's like he didn't have time to think. He just shot it.
Exactly. Matthews and Young, both together combined, have taken 26 shots in this ball game. 12 of 26 together as a backcourt unit. Excuse me, has been updated. 13 of 28 from the field. With that currently.
So the current score is 57-46. And the upcoming game is on February 3rd. Well, we already talked about Jackson State, so this is the next one. Alcorn against Grambling State University. That should be a pretty interesting game as well.
Most definitely. We know Alcorn is famous for their famous Choctaw chant when they kind of screaming. You would have to hear it more more at football games, but they do it at home basketball games a lot. But they've been known for that energy. If Alcorn is able to come from Lorman, Mississippi to bring some energy for a Grambling basketball game, if you thought it got rowdy in the first half, you best believe Louisiana, Mississippi, that's a battle that you don't want to miss.
They definitely get rowdy for the football games too, so I can only imagine for the basketball games, but that's kind of something I have to look forward to, Nate. Now I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be like, where's this energy? What did you say, the Choctaw?
Right. Either, if I'm not mistaken, it's either the Choctaw chant or it's like a Cherokee chant. It's something like that. But they'll spam it all day. They'll yell all day from the start of the game to the finish of the game. As we see our students having a good time on this Monday.
Yeah, that's Miss
Monday Mash.
The student camera. Now we back on the court.
On the floor for the Grambling Tigers, Mikhail Stevenson, Shaladrian Newton, P.J. Eason, Lou Hutcherson, and the man in the middle is Mr. Swift Army Knife, Antoine Burnett. Newton running the Grambling offense. Kicks it to Burnett. Burnett finds Hutcherson on the move. Newton finds Mikhail. Off to Hutcherson. He shoots a contested mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Young. Young crosses left, finds the baseline, kicks it out to Matthews, who's on the move. Off to Coffee. Eatman at the top of the key. Screens for Matthew. Matthew just gets a little bit of separation and just pulls it.
I think he definitely just pulled that.
He saw a little bit of separation and said, hey.
He just did it, yeah. At this point, those type of things need to be done to catch up to a 50
sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Stevenson. Kick to PJ, out to Burnett. Burnett uses PJ as a body. PJ gets his mid-range to fall.
Nobody stepped up to put no hand in his face to challenge him for his shot, so he took it as he should.
You know, sometimes PJ Easton hasn't been all crazy efficient from mid-range, so I think it was a little bit of disrespect from the Rattlers, and he made them pay.
He definitely did. They let him take that shot, and he made it.
Pass from Eatman, intended target to Shakir O'Neal, but it just goes over him. We see PJ Easton, what could have been a quick score, turns into slow motion offense in the half court, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of slow motion. Burnett with the right hand finish off the left side of the glass.
it looked easy for Burnett to just penetrate through the paint, just to do an
slows
easy
up
layup.
and just charges.
It's like everybody else just let him do it.
Young, guarded by Newton. Young off the Eatman. Eatman passes to O'Neal. O'Neal half spin, guarded by 2 Tigers. Coach Jackson, the reaction of Coach Jackson, his hands just in the air because he knows that his team has just played good defense. As we see Hutchinson, Burnett, you see slow down and just take all the charge.
Nobody stepped in the paint. Nobody challenged him. Nobody even tried to take a charge. They just let him do it.
Exactly. When you're able to kind of slow down, hesitate just for 1 second, it makes everybody just look off for a second. But I think in that situation for the Rattlers, you can't look off the person with the ball in their hands.
O'Neal is good for his free throw. Got 1 more left.
Shaquille O'Neal has made his first free throw and scored his first points of the game.
Ooh, they were fumbling with the rebound in the paint. Ooh, FAMU got it.
Rebound by Burnside, kicked out to Young, but off the hands of Stevenson. Stevenson letting them know might be, but he's out there working hard. Only 6 out of 11 Florida A&M players have scored in this ball game. And for the Tigers, they have 10 players who hit the court. They've had 8 of 10 players score points. Mikael Stevenson gets a deflection off the ball, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, but the Grambling Tigers just being straight menaces on defense currently. In the air, on ball, off ball, you name it. Burnside, he finds Matthews, back to Burnside. Burnside finally taking a dribble, kicks it out to Young. Young gathers, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Hutchinson, kicked out by Newton. Newton going hard. Left hand jam!
Newton's momentum.
Sebo Newton
nice.
With the left hand jam.
Dunk.
Matthews can't respond. There's going to be a 50-50 battle, which resulted in a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Lou Hutchinson. But I want to say that we have a timeout on the floor as we see Sebo flexing after that dunk. The dunk cam that we have is just clear as day. Left hand action. It seems like he was palming it, just soaring, ready to slam dunk.
Ready to slam dunk.
Mr. Sebo Newton himself. 63-47, 7 minutes, 55 seconds to go in this ball game. We'll be right back on the Grambling Sports Television Network.
The world-famed Tiger Marching Band presents Click It or Ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over.
When you come to Grambling State for an education, what you'll find is the strength to overcome any challenge. It's not just about bouncing back. It's about rising higher together to aim for excellence and lead from anywhere. When you're in the right place, you can rewrite your story to become something more because you're building something special. Your future.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Welcome back to the Grambling Sports Television Network. And another matchup we have would be a rematch with Texas Southern coming to the Frederick C. Hobby Arena here in Grambling, February 15th, 2025 matchup. So that's going to be the second matchup that they will have this year before potentially seeing each other maybe in the postseason. And that follow after that, they'll see Prairie View. So maybe it's get back time for the Grambling Tigers once Texas Southern and Prairie View makes their way here. First free throw, good by Burnside.
Burnside seemed to have calmed down, but I guess it's just the start of the rest of the quarter.
It's allowed him to hit both of his free throws just to keep a mental check for him. Newton. Burnett to Stevenson. Stevenson to Newton. Back to Burnett. Burnett finds Ross. It was deflected. Shakir O'Neal driving right.
Ooh, foul.
He had nothing but intentions of finishing strong, but he was met by the lengthy defender, Mr. Ernest Ross himself.
It looked like he wanted to dunk that.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to. The way he got up.
But Ross made sure he was not able to do that. He risked his body to get that foul because he wasn't going to let him dunk like that.
Hey, sacrifices, they pay off to people who make good decisions, and I'm not too appalled at that.
Even though O'Neal did just secure his first free throw shot.
That's actually going to be, this is his second attempt, so he now has 2 points now in the game. Grambling 3 of 4 in their last 4 shots. Florida A&M 1 of 5 in their last field goals. Burnett posts his man down low. Kicks it out to Stevenson to Newton off the Ross. Ross gets a pretty looking three to can't get it to go. It looked pretty from the hands.
They moved the ball around just to give him an open spot.
Matthews able to maneuver his way and finish with a left-hand layup. Newton. Right side action. Guarded by Matthews. 5-on-5 action here. Newton back down to Burnett, being strong. Tips it out to Easton. Easton shoots, gets it to go, but there's going to be a lot of claps from the Florida A&M bench right now, waiting to confirm a call from the referees.
Yeah, I'm sure trying to figure out what call they just made.
Seems like a secret society. We can't get into it until it's announced.
I don't see no type of hand gestures. I'm trying to figure out.
But the hand gesture we just saw, we know that the referees are now headed to Miss Avia for the DV Sport. They're trying to see who is out on or if it's still remaining ball. That's actually not a bad call at all to go back and review whatsoever.
So, Nate, if they figure out that the ball was not out of bounds or still in play, or they're going to count the shot, or they're just going to be like, oh, we're just going to restart it.
It most definitely would go back into the possession. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a foul maybe on Sterling Young of the Rattlers. And they're going to stay on the same side for Grambling with 4 seconds on the shot clock. So they stopped They stopped what basically was a ball that was still in play, but not bad at all. They're going to make sure they can review it.
As long as we are getting the ball back, it's cool.
4 seconds, though, on the shot clock. Shaladrian Newton, pump fake, shoots the step back. No good. Young surveys. Burnside guarded heavily by Ross here. Stolen by Newton. Newton throws it up to Ross. Ross off-looked Burnett, tried to take it himself and couldn't get the finish.
Looks like Children Newton got hurt.
May have hit maybe the back side of his hip on that screen here. You're going to see the screen, this is the aftermath of the screen.
Hopefully it's just a cramp or something, because he was on. Oh, here we go, right?
Oh. Nipped right the back of him.
Then O'Neal gonna put his hands up. That's the actor award. Goes to.
Not sure the contact on the floor made it worse or what. But we're hoping that he can get back.
Or you think O'Neal was too close while, you know, sliding off of a screen maybe or
I think it may have been a combination of things. The initial hit, which probably brought some uncomfortability, and then hitting the floor doesn't insult the injury by the floor. It doesn't make it help whatsoever. But Mr. Shaladrian Newton still on the bench. It seems like he's working out that injury. Coach Jackson now talking to Ernest Ross. Matthews shoots a contested three, but it rims out. 5 minutes, 31 seconds left in this ball game. 63-53 is your score. G-Men up by 10 points. Burnett tries to flip it quick to Easton, but it's met with the ball. O'Neal takes a contested right-hand layup. Rattlers now within 8. Timeout by the Grambling State Tigers. 63-55, 8-point lead for the Tigers. We'll be right back on the Grambling Sports Television Network. Right back here on the Grambling Sports Television Network. 5 minutes left in this ball game, 63-55. Rattlers trying to make a comeback, but Grambling in nothing but straight control. Coffee to O'Neal. O'Neal spin move, loses it into the hand of Stevenson. Finds P.J. Edwards, and they're gonna walk the ball right back up. 4:44 left in this ball game. Stevenson.
Ooh, wide open.
Quick dump off. And one for Mr. P.J. Eason.
Seemed like they've been underestimating him all night. Just how we talked about how he had that open shot right there in the paint, and he was wide open again just to do what they didn't expect him to do.
Most
and
definitely.
He made his shot and got an and one.
We've been seeing passes from Stevenson and Burnett. They've been quick, flashy passes. Some of them have been missed, maybe 2 to 3 of them, but majority of them have been efficient for majority of this night.
I like their chemistry on the court. It definitely shows, and that's really something that's making the Tigers score as many points as they're making.
Most definitely. Young setting the Rattler offense. Milton Matthews, 3 or 4 of his last shots. Takes a left corner 3, no good, rebounded by Stevenson. Stevenson was about to be seeing himself in a 1v4 potentially. He slowed it down.
He pulled it to the side. Now they're setting up an offense the right way.
Stevenson looks out, passes it to Lou Hutchison, 3 ball. No good. Rebounded by Edwards. The verticality from Edwards. If we look on the roster currently right now, Edwards is 6'4", 205. You got a little bit of weight on you and you're jumping out the gym. P.J. Edwards will be seeing your verticality right back here on the Grambling Sports Television Network. Right back here on the Grambling Sports Television Network here at the Frederick C. Hodge Arena on Willis Reed Court. It's a 66-55 ball game. Grambling Tigers setting themselves up what could be their first SWAC win, first win of 2025, and just any type of momentum to be able to capitalize. Honestly, Jay, if I want to be honest, this is the perfect time to get a win. It's okay. I'm okay with starting off 0-3 because if you start off 0-3, every loss you get, it just makes you come back with a different game plan, a different fire. And as long as you get into that postseason and you wreak havoc, nothing else matters in the regular season.
Because all at the end of the day, it just matters with SWAC.
Right. It's about SWAC. No out of conference matters.
Ooh.
Deflected by Stevenson.
He's been waiting to do that all
The dunk
night.
by Burnside. Edwards. Foul by Hendricks. Patrick Crary slapping the announcer's booth. He's pretty angry over there, along with the assistant coach. A lot of different emotions from different players, different coaches.
It's an emotional game right now. Both teams really want to secure this win tonight with 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. 66-57 as Grambling secures the lead.
PJ Edwards' first free throw goes down. Heard a lot of reactions, not sure what just happened there. I thought it was a basketball play, but it seemed like a cheerleader may have had a quick malfunction, but she's safe now. Rebound by Burnside. Matthews to Burnside. Young drives right.
And gets a foul.
And one counted for Mr. Sterling Young. 3 minutes.
Both teams are in the bonus, aren't they?
Both teams currently are in the bonus. Grambling with 10 team fouls. Florida A&M with 9 team fouls here. And FAMU here is in a double bonus.
This is really critical for FAMU to make all their free throws just to come back, because these free throws are free, like we said, Nate. This is the only way they could be able to score without running the clock down.
Most definitely. Grambling, all they have to do is just take charge for one, keep the ball in their hands, keep the ball safe, and simply just score easily and take as much time as you need to score. Mikhail Stevenson kicks it out to Dupree Fletcher. 4-3! Dupree Fletcher, the freshman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, blocked by Easton. Burnside goes up for a potential dunk, blocked by Easton. It seems like Coach Jackson and Coach Jones may be mad at Easton, but the ball, honestly, when you have a player like Burnside, who it seems like Easton and Burnside, they get majority of their buckets inside of the three-point line, a little bit sometimes closer to the close range area. You kind of already know what he's doing, but it's neither here or there. Burnside takes the first free throw. Ball.
These free throws are very crucial. 2 minutes and 41 seconds in the game. FAMU only needs 10 points to catch up to Grambling, which is doable. But the way Grambling's been coming out with defense and offense is going to be really hard.
It's a lot of logistics and components that have to hit together for them to make this a close game with 2 minutes, 41 seconds left. Stevenson, leading assist leader for the G-Man on this season. The best man to have the ball when it comes to ball security. .14 on the shot clock. Stevenson kicks out to Burnett, out to Lou Hutch. Lou Hutch, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Stevenson fake. Rebound by Easton. Easton saves the ball. It seemed like it was about to be a lot of patty cake to make sure that ball was ensured in bounds, but great hustle and effort by P.J. Easton, who's been almost everywhere tonight. Deflected by Easton. Hendricks, baseline midi, gets it to go. A minute 49 remains in this ball game, but the Florida A&M Rattlers, Jay, I don't think they think it's over whatsoever.
Nate, they're doing exactly what they said they have to do, which is give fouls to put points on the board while there's no time running out on them.
I think I think every picture, every depiction that we see shows a story. And right now, I'm seeing Florida A&M's head coaches and assistant coaches have not really sat down. This is the first time I'm seeing them sit down the whole time compared to Grambling State, Dante Jackson standing up and Coach Jones along with the rest of his coaches just composed.
Just looking at the bench, our coach is really calm versus FAMU's coach. He's more antsy. The players on the bench look like they're very stressed.
They're always going to say your players are going to be a representation of the coach. And right now we're seeing we see how the players respond to Coach Jackson compared to how the players respond to Coach Crary, which is not bad at all on Crary's side, but a little bit more energetic for Florida A&M's bench and a little bit mellow and just keep locked in, maybe more so for Grambling. Yes, ma'am.
I can see that too, Nate.
Lou Hutchison, second attempt, no good. Matthews moving three, 71-67, a minute, 17 seconds to go. Last 2 minutes indicate the crunch time setting, and Grambling, all they have to do is put the lid on the pot before we get real soon to a ticking clock. 4 seconds to a ticking clock, and we're in tick time. Stevenson drives right. He's going to be fouled. More contact on body than it was towards the ball. And who does it look like? Number 35. Yeah, didn't hit the ball whatsoever. Got nothing but hip. As we see Burnside, he's done good things for the Rattlers tonight, and he's done some things on the negative side for the Rattlers tonight. But
he's definitely one of their emotional players, but I could just tell.
It comes from a good place.
It comes from a good place. He really wants to secure this win for the FAMU Rattlers, and I can't blame him for that. This win is important to both teams.
Florida A&M timeout. Grambling up by 5 points. They led by 10 points for the majority of this game. And Grambling, the last time that these two teams played against each other, Grambling shot 30 of 55. Tonight, Grambling is shooting 24 of 46, and that is 52%, 2.2% above 50. So everything being efficient from Fletcher. He's only taken one shot this game. He had 2 assists before he actually scored. He's 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 1 from three-point land. So he's doing his job and being efficient with what touches are given to him. On the other hand, Easton down low, 5 of 10, 50%. Antoine Burnett, 6 of 9. He's a little under, around that 60% range. Ernest Ross, 2 of 4. Amika Naji, 2 of 3, and Shaladrian Newton, who's the leading scorer of the Tigers and hadn't been in the game for probably the last 10 minutes, and he's a leading scorer with 17, 5 of 7. And Mikhail Stevenson just adding on a bucket there. He now has 7 points on the game.
You can see Coach Jackson getting a little bit more antsy as he feels like.
You got to close the lid on the pot. Fletcher gives body, couldn't get finished. Coach Crary having a whole panic attack currently.
Yeah, he losing his stuff on the sideline. He know he only got 39 seconds to secure this win. And it looks like Grambling 73-67. I don't want to jinx him, but it's looking pretty good over here.
Most definitely. You're up by 1 point over 5, and you're in basically, 2-possession ball game. Burnett goes to the line and hits 2. You're basically, by that point, 3 to 4 possessions, and you got to claw down. So it's going to be a lot of late-game fouling if they're not able to finish. And missed free throws can make a game closer, but time is definitely not on the Florida A&M Rattlers side. Second can't go. but rebounded by Fletcher. And they're going to call the foul on Fletcher. It may have not seemed like a lot, but he got a little bit of push before he went soaring into the air for that rebound.
Coach Jackson seems to be saying some words to the ref right now. I don't think he agrees with the call. Student section is definitely on one.
Student section have not left their seats since they came here. They're now standing up.
Everybody else left their seats, but the student section, like we said, they're down for the Grambling State University, and yeah, they support the Tigers. We believe in y'all.
As we see Matthews, Coach Jackson trying to get a confirmation, but referees may be looking elsewhere.
FAMU's coach.
The dialogue that I'm seeing is just like very interesting.
They might take him out, send him to the end of the bench. If he continues this with 38 seconds, coach, be cool.
Well, it's always going to be like this, let alone coming to Grambling. If you come to Grambling, you best believe that you got a whole army backing Coach Jackson. But
you do. Coach Jackson is really calm right now.
He's
he
calm,
don't really have to
cool,
worry about much. He's just making sure we can secure this win tonight.
Exactly. I think, Jay, when it comes to road teams, that even when we go on the road, but just road teams in general, you're always kind of playing, obviously, against the home team with what could be potentially rowdy crowds all around the SWAC. And then on top of that, the referees, they're going to be neutral for the majority of the time. They're just going to call it how they see it. But home can definitely play a factor into how sometimes a game is called.
Especially the way the players react to the refs.
Right.
that too.
It always has to be a respect factor, which has always been respected of the refs, because without them
doing their job, yeah.
Without them, in the sense, without the referees, we have no structure. You have no structure in the ball game. You would probably have brawls going on every 5 minutes of a game. 73-79. 34.7 seconds left. Timeout on the floor, but just enough time for Grambling to be able to put one little play together, maybe even hold the ball. I'm assuming I'll probably even go as far as say, Jay, they won't have a chance to get a play. They're just going to get fouled and they have to convert. And we've seen the Rattlers foul the Tigers. We've seen them be able to get the Tigers a little bit on the edge and miss, as we saw Burnett miss both of his free throws. If they're able to come back to the line and get anything going, we'll take whatever will come the Tigers' way.
It looks like FAMU's coach is telling them not to foul, keep their hands up.
You got some good eyes for reading them lips. I'm not gonna lie, because if he's telling his team not to foul, that means he's confident in his 4-point deficit that he has. He's probably going to allow, that's 7 seconds. If you allow that 27 off the shot clock to go away, you have 7 seconds potentially. So we'll see if they decide not to foul or what. But right now, Stevenson, he's going to be fouled.
Immediately. Maybe they're taking their chances with getting the ball back and trying to score?
I want to say I think you read his lips right. I think he probably didn't want to foul on the inbound before the ball got in.
Okay.
Because you still want to slow it down, but there's a reason behind Grambling. Seems like they're going to shoot a penalty free throw.
Oh, now Coffey's having some words with the ref.
I read Mr. Coffey's lip. He said, I asked you a question, probably getting a little whatever that dialogue is between Coffey
33 seconds. It'll get a little rough down there. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you had a long trip. Your last matchup, if you're Florida A&M, was against Southern, which was a road trip. They went from Baton Rouge to now Grambling, but they lost against Southern 91-57, and now they end up coming into the Frederick C. Hobby Arena, and they're almost close to packing their bags.
Yep, they are almost close to packing their bags. And no shade, but they were looking to win against the G-Men tonight.
A much needed win from either other team, but we know who ended up being on top if everything goes into the solidification of the lid on the pot.
It doesn't even seem like the G-men are filling up.
Whenever we get a chance, Jay, I don't know if you've been seeing our coaches all have matching shoes, another edition of the Adidas brand.
Adidas.
Of course, Florida A&M being a Nike school, Grambling being an Adidas school, a little Adidas versus Nike matchup, Louisiana versus Florida matchup, a lot of things that went on in this game for us, which has Grambling up 75-69. Young trying to find a little bit of life, finds Lewis. He throws up a prayer, no good. Rebounded by Coffee. Coffee to Hendricks. He throws up, blocked by Ross.
That block was needed. I bet that block hurt the coach. The block hurt the players because that shot looked kind of good.
As you see here, Ross got up so high in the air the camera couldn't catch it.
The camera couldn't even catch it. I can't even see it back on the replay. I just know it happened.
Remember I told you, Ernest Ross, as we see right here.
Here we go.
Straight ball.
He was playing volleyball, Nate.
We talked about Ernest Ross being a Florida native from Alachua, Florida. He averages 1.2 blocks a game and 9.8 points per game. And stacking up on a total of blocks for the season, Ernest Ross, the versatile defender himself, has helped his G-man get a win over a Florida team, 77-72. The Florida A&M Rattlers do not want to go home this easy. We see he's able just to size up his defender and get a straight ahead shot from the top of the key.
With 8.7 seconds left, strategizing, he got to come out with FAMU's coach got to come out with a great play in order to February 17, 2025, we have Grambling State University versus Prairie View at home. Frederick C. Hobley Center.
Pack the hack.
You said what?
Pack the hack.
Pack the hack. You always got to pack the hack. And the energy, because Houston don't play.
No, seriously.
I'm from Houston. I know I love my city, but I'm Grand Fam at heart always. And I'm definitely going to support Grand Fam to the end.
When
but that's
you step into Grambling and then you feel that love where everybody is somebody,
what I'm saying. Everybody's somebody here.
Right. The relationship that my color commentator, me and Jay Newton have had since the beginning of last year, starting off from various different jobs in the TV center to the job that we currently have now, calling this game for you guys, getting a chance to actually give you guys a scene and a set of what we've learned from both teams, and then we bring it into fruition. So thank you for all viewers who has made it all the way down to the 8.7 mark of this game.
They've been with us the whole entire time just to see what the 8.7 seconds left has in store.
It's 10:30 p.m., an hour 30 before we get to 12 a.m., and we're still here at the Frederick C. Hobley Arena.
Ooh.
Sterling Young's going to get called for a foul.
With 6.3 seconds on the clock remaining.
With the tension, it wasn't the crazy of tension, but with a small bit of tension that was here, I'm ready to see, honestly, hear what Coach Jackson's opinion has been on the game. Last talked to him Saturday, and his message for going into the game against Florida A&M is simply, we just got to obviously clean up the mistakes, but we got to have a sense of urgency, and we got to come off the gates running, because obviously when you come into a basketball game, you have two 20-minute halves. The last 10 minutes of the first half and the first 10 minutes of the second half shows if you're going to control the ball game or not. Matthews shoots a prayer, rebounded by Ross.
That will conclude the
and
game.
And then a ball game, your final score, 79-72, Grambling State University defeats Florida A&M Rattlers for their first SWAC dub of the season, first dub of 2025, and they move on with a record of 4-13, and they will be 1-3 to start off in the SWAC. Everything went well and efficient for the Tigers of Grambling State as you hear students screaming GS chant. The craziest we've heard the hack in a minute. This is a big game that we had today for the battle of the first SWAC win. We're gonna have a lot of different people come. We may have Coach Jackson, and we will have a sideline report from Riley McClain. Leading scorer in this ball game would be Milton Matthews. Milton Matthews with 27 points to lead all scorers in the ball game. The leading scorer for the Grambling Tigers, 18 points for Antoine Burnett, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. He played the most minutes tonight. Mr. Burnett did everything possible from the inside defense, outside defense, inside offense, outside offense. He made plays for his team, and he did everything in his power to be in the position where he had 18 points in this last matchup. He did it again. We'll be passing the sideline report to Riley McClain. She's here with Antoine Burnett.
Was the highest scorer for tonight with a total of 18 points. Now, Antoine, you were the most consistent offensively this season so far, averaging 12.2 points per game. So what mindset did you have going into this season to allow you to perform so well?
I mean, just picking up our last season, trying to build on that, trying to build off that history that our senior left us, and just trying to build on that.
Great. Thank you. You had a great game. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Riley. I'm Nathan McCarter here for your post-game interview. I'm here with Coach Dante Jackson. Coach Jackson, you were able to start off a little bit of momentum going in that first 10 minutes of the first half, and you were able to go ahead and go into the second half with a lead. What do you have to say about your guard performance and your overall performance inside and outside on offense and defense?
Well, I like the way we played, but we got to do a better job of holding our composure. We end up losing probably our best player, preseason player of the year, and you played that second half without him, and we had a good momentum going, and then just. Tough part is a new team got to learn how to, finish games, man. And, we up 16 points and you end up winning by 7. But at the end of the day, it's a growing process. We got to keep getting better.
Most definitely. You get your first win of 2025, your first win of SWAC play. We've seen you from coaching on the sidelines the same way you said you got to keep your composure with Kentavious Dozier. And for the second half, that's exactly what you did, and you were able to close the lid on the pot.
Yeah, and, I give a lot of credit to Michael Stevenson, man. He did a great job. Kentavious went out. Michael stepped up, man, made big free throws for us to end the game. Just really proud of him, the way he finished and just the way our guys, kept their composure towards the end. We lost Chaladrian. We lost him. We lost Kentavious. So without 2 of our better guards down, man, Stevenson stepped up big time.
Yes, sir. As you're hearing from Coach Dante Jackson, he was able to have his players tonight step up from leading scorer Antoine Burnett, who was able to get 18 points, the same as he scored the last matchup. What do you have to say about Antoine Burnett and his overall performance? I like to call him the Swiss Army knife just because he's able to move in any type of system, any type of symmetry, he has it. What do you have to say about him?
That's that you call him the Swiss Army knife. I told him that's his role because he got to do a little bit of everything for us. He got to rebound, he got to distribute, he got to score, he got to defend, he got to do everything in the game. Sometimes he got to make plays for others. So I thought he played really well today. He really made great passes, got guys involved, found his ways to score. And, at the end of the day, man, he helped carry us today. So definitely proud of him and, hopefully more growing for him as we keep moving throughout this season.
Thank you for your time, Coach. February 1st, we'll be here 2025 against Jackson State.
Can't wait, baby.
Yes, sir.
We got the next one at Southern. Got to get ready.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Jackson. So long from Grambling, where your final score here is 79-72 here at the Frederick C. Hobby Arena. All games airing on the Grambling Sports Television Network are streaming live and archived on the Grambling YouTube channel. This has been a presentation of the Grambling Sports Television Network and is copyrighted by the Grambling State University for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without express written consent of Grambling State University is prohibited. Good night, family.